This is my advanced placement class. I divided them into two groups. I have the girls that are in the class with girls that are virtual. And what we do is we FaceTime with the girls who are virtual, and we have a little stand. Molly, I'm turning you around so that they can participate with their group, but also they can see what's going on. So they're completely involved even though they're at home. And as you can see, the girls are interacting with the girls on the phones so that they can be inclusive into the lesson.
We're doing this to try to mitigate the spread of coronavirus, and for the most part it has been working. This particular group of girls I see once per week in person, and I have one full-time virtual student in that particular section. But hybrid essentially means that they are in class for part of the week and they're at home doing asynchronous part of assignments for the other half of the week.
Being in class in a virtual way can be difficult sometimes because the connection can go out. There have been many times where I've had to FaceTime somebody in the class and join that way. Oh, never boring.
There's always going to be the struggle of maybe Wi-Fi connections or the school Wi-Fi acting up, but honestly, it's actually been very nice and smooth, and we can always have like relatively proper communication.
My friends and my teachers have totally supported me in my decision to be virtual, and I'm still able to participate in class to the full extent. I decided to be virtual at the beginning of the year because I have health concerns like type 1 diabetes and celiac disease, which can put me at a greater risk for not contracting COVID-19, but having a more severe case of it. And I was really concerned about not only having that for myself, but bringing it into my home with my parents.
Ironically, it was a student who said to me one day when we had a student on the smartboard and the internet kept going out, she said, "Can I FaceTime her on my phone so that she can be included in the class?" This was a freshman, 13-year-old girl who immediately thought, "I want to include her. Can we do this?" I said, "Sure." So I have since adopted this, and I even found those little metal stands so that they can walk them around the room if we have to. I cannot use the same educational measurements that I used last year or even 2 years ago. It's a different world. They're getting educated, they're learning all the links in literature I want them to learn, how to do a thesis statement, how to read, how to annotate, how to write essays. But they're also learning intangibles. They're learning the gifts of the Holy Spirit. They're practicing wisdom, fortitude, self-control, other-centeredness, resilience. These are all things that we want our children to learn, and they are learning it. You see how they are with each other in class. They're so kind. They want to be inclusive. They are learning these virtues that we have tried to teach in Catholic school, and they are practicing them, which is the best way to learn anything. If someone had told me 46 years ago I'd be teaching half the class on a board and half the class in the room, I wouldn't have believed it. But what it has taught me is these girls are flexible, they're resilient, they want to learn, and they really want to be good people. They really want to be good people, and that encourages me. It gives me hope.
Plastic water containers.
CHOW.
So, I believe. And large.